Hi, I'm Nia Patton. I'm moderator of the Ordinary Chatroom and skincare person on the internet. And today I wanted to talk to you about how not to make mistakes when you're starting out with the Ordinary and skincare in general. How to go about things with your head full of the correct information, not make mistakes. You don't want to make your skin worse when you're trying to make your skin better. So I've got the main points, the main things that most people get wrong when they're starting out, and I'll talk to you about how to do things properly and how to get the best results. So the first thing that people don't do when they're starting out using strong skincare like The Ordinary and other brands really, but you know, The Ordinary is the one that people are really buying into at the moment because it's got a good price point, so people are confused. They want to try it out, but they make the same mistakes. Everyone makes the same mistakes. The first thing that people ought to do when they're trying out these strong skincare actives is to patch test. So patch testing can mean two things. One reason we might patch test is so that we can know if we're allergic to something, or the other reason we might patch test is to see if a product is going to cause an acne breakout. So for the allergic type of patch test, you basically will just put a dab of the stuff on your skin somewhere where you don't normally see it. So say just put a little bit on the skin behind your ear. You know, you might have had that done if you've gone to a hair salon and got a hair dye for the first time. They'll generally do a little patch test behind your ear, pop a little bit on and check back the next day, make sure that it's not inflamed or sore or red, and you should be good to go ahead if you're worried you might be allergic to something. So the other reason you might do it is because you get a lot of acne, you're prone to clogged pores, so you might want to do a little sort of acne test with a product. And what I would do is I always get my acne around this area of my face. I'm not doing too badly at the moment. Maybe just put the product in an area, say where you normally get your acne. If you get it here, pop a bit on there and just do it on the one side, and maybe a couple of days do a little patch test in your acne prone area, and that should give you an idea of whether the thing is going to clog you or not. So the most likely culprit for clogging is niacinamide plus zinc by The Ordinary. Loads of people find that they get clogged pores and breakouts with this product. It's a bit of a mystery really, because it's for acne and it's a proven acne treatment. You know, you can get it on prescription, but for some reason it tends to cause these nasty breakouts in some people and not others. And it might be, I think it's because The Ordinary niacinamide is really strong, so it's 10%, which is really strong. Most products only contain 4%, and I think that 10% is just increasing the skin's turnover and irritating it perhaps, and lots of people find that they get reactions to it. So even though niacinamide is a fantastic product, you kind of got to be a bit wary with it. Maybe, you know, introduce that on its own first to check for one of these breakout reactions. But yeah, that one specifically. But you know, if you've got cloggy kind of pores, then I'd test anything you start to use. Particularly the oils, they're quite cloggy as well. Marine hyaluronics, anything with algae in it, that can be quite clogging. So those are the ones you want to keep an eye out for. But yeah, first rookie error is not patch testing, so do that. Next thing you might want to be careful with is not to introduce too many products at the same time. Like you've bought, say, 5 different things because you wanted to be over the £25 or $25 limit to get free postage, and they're all looking kind of cool and nice, and then you just put them all on, and then something happens, your skin gets dry or oily or breakouts, and then you'll have no idea which one caused it. So it's always best practice to start off with one thing at a time. So you know, if you've got niacinamide and say hyaluronic acid and glycolic acid, you know, start out, I would say, by trying the niacinamide first, and then introduce after a couple of weeks, maybe once you're sure that it's going okay, then the hyaluronic acid, and once everything seems all right, then the glycolic acid, and then, you know, try using the glycolic acid just maybe twice a week, twice a week to begin with. So, you know, depending on what the product is, introduce slowly and carefully, and keep an eye on your skin, anything that looks worrying. So with the with acids, you want to watch for irritation and dryness and tightness. The other thing you might find yourself tempted to do when you're shopping for The Ordinary is buying too many actives, like trying to get in a retinoid and a vitamin C and an acid, because you know that they're all really good for aging, but they're all really, really strong. So, you know, it's more likely that you're going to come a cropper and have skin reactions if you're using all of the strong ingredients at the same time. So maybe just sort of limit it to one active to begin with and see how you're getting on, and then you can always add to that once you know your skin's okay. Just go slow, please. Yeah, because they're always strong ingredients. Be careful. Another thing that I see quite a lot of newcomers to The Ordinary doing is trying to use all of the acids. I'm not sure why you would really want to do that, but lots of people do seem to say that they're trying to do that. On the Ordinary chat room, which I'm a moderator of, and also the Ordinary subreddit, which I run as well, I've noticed people trying to use several alpha hydroxy acids. So there's different sorts of acids. So start off with something like hyaluronic acid. That's not an exfoliating acid. Don't worry about that. I know it says acid in it, but it's not going to exfoliate your skin. It's for hydration. Alpha lipoic acid, that's also an acid, but that doesn't exfoliate either. It's very confusing, I know. So the exfoliating acids are lactic acid, mandelic acid, glycolic acid, the peel, the red peel, that's really strong exfoliating acid. Azelaic acid will exfoliate your skin to a certain extent as well. And then there's salicylic acid. So that's just in the mask at the minute, but salicylic acid, it will exfoliate, and it also unblocks the pores, but lots of people find that it burns their skin if you're not careful using it, and I think that's why The Ordinary's taken it off the market for reformulation at the moment. So you don't need to use several exfoliating acids at the same time. So, you know, you might want to pick, say, the glycolic toner. You may think about using the salicylic acid as well, but I wouldn't rush into doing that. That's, you know, they're both very strong, harsh chemicals, so to put them both on your skin at the same time would be a bit much, and you'll end up with redness, soreness, more acne. It's not a great idea. So just pick one. I think, you know, start with the gentlest, start with azelaic acid, and that might be all you need. Mandelic's also very, very gentle. I really like the lactic acid, so that comes in 5% and 10%. I think I jumped straight into using the 10%, and it's really nice and it's hydrating, but at the same time I still wouldn't use it every single day. You know, it might be great to begin with, but then after a week or two you're gonna find your skin's feeling pretty papery and crepey, and that's not a good look. Yeah, the strongest acids are glycolic and the peel. So, you know, if you're going to jump into doing that, I'd probably only do that after I've used acids for a while. You know, your experienced acid user, then sure, give them a whirl. I've got some sort of emergency vehicle in the vicinity. I do apologise. I'll pause it. Yeah, so pick an acid, just pick one. The lactic, 5% to begin with, something like that. Yeah, there's no need to buy several. Just don't do it. You'll waste your money because you really only need one, and these things have a shelf life. So just stick to one that you've chosen. And always with acids, use sunscreen, which is moving on to my next point. So the next mistake that skincare newbies might make is to not use a regular sunscreen. So I use Factor 50, broad spectrum, specific SPF every day. Not foundation SPF or SPF in your moisturizer. Use something that's formulated to be a sunscreen, and use plenty of it every single day, particularly if you're using exfoliating acids and retinoids. The sun is responsible for 90% of skin aging, which is huge. So, you know, if you're committed to making your skin look better, then sunscreen is always worth the investment. It's worth making the effort to find a sunscreen that you can comfortably wear every single day, and that you don't mind putting on. It's really, really important. The last error I see novices of The Ordinary making are not to support your skin barrier when you're using strong actives. So if you're going to use something like this, the Ordinary Red Peel, then you should also be using plenty of things like this, amino acids plus B5. So I see people getting excited by the Ordinary's retinoids and acids, but they don't really talk about the supporting products, and they are just as important, because, you know, if you bust your skin barrier, then your skin's not going to look great. So, you know, that's one thing I've learned throughout my years of faffing around with my skincare. So I have severe acne, and it used to find that I wouldn't be able to tolerate the treatments I was prescribed because I didn't know how to cleanse properly, and I don't think I used a moisturizer because I thought I had oily skin, so I wasn't supposed to use anything with oils in. So, you know, concentrating on adding in things with vitamins. So this one's got panthenol, which is B5. Amino acids are good because they help your skin to produce the chemicals it needs to protect itself. Just gonna show you some other things. Simply Pure hydrating from Superdrug is good because that has lots of natural moisturizing factors like sodium, PCA, lactic acid. That's actually produced by your skin naturally, so it's a good thing to have. Ceramides, that sort of thing. NMF by The Ordinary is a great moisturizer. That sort of traps in hydration and keeps your skin plump and resilient, so that it's less likely to get these irritations that you might find you get when you start using strong actives. So keep plenty of these things to hand, use plenty of them every day, and that should really help prevent any nasty reactions, because that's what a lot of newbies find that they get when they start using The Ordinary. They expected their skin to get better, and actually it got worse because they attacked it. So if you're going to attack it gently, use sunscreen, and also nourish the skin, give it the tools it needs to look after itself and keep itself strong. I hope I've helped. As usual, I'm on all of my channels. There are many of them: my blog, my Facebook groups, Skincare with Friends podcast, and I'll see you there. Goodbye.